Yes. I was just saying how delighted I was when Facebook sometimes reminds me. It's the only app that will remind you how fucking stupid you were.
Right? How cringy you used to be.
Yeah. Like, my posts from 2015 are fucking disgusting.
Like, cringy?
Yeah, like, just as bad as when, like, Anna and Bob share acoustic videos of me and Melissa singing at barbecues. There's Will with a 30-pack. No, it's just one of those things you just don't want. You're like, all right, I don't want to watch. Even if it's good, you don't want to see it. You know?
It's like, oh, I'm so much better now.
Right, that's what I'm saying. So there's two sides of the coin, and it's the truth. Social media really has the available features to show you what a piece of shit you used to be.
Yep.
You can really see your growth.
Or you can see your downfall. Depending on where you're standing. Right.
Do you want to see this memory from 10 years ago? No, I do not.
Right. See, what I like...
Please don't remind me.
Right. Imagine if the...
Delete.
Right. Imagine if the memory button... Memory button. Imagine if the memories on Facebook didn't come with a delete. Then you'd fucking panic.
Then I'd just delete my account.
Well, I was going to say.
But they'll still have your data.
Ugh. No.
They'll still have your data.
But I wouldn't be able to see it. So that's
well, think about that. I was going to say your data's been smeared all over the place before the internet. Just nobody could see it.
Right?
I love this podcast.
Oh, man. And that's why we have the UV lights in here. It turned orange. What the fuck's up? That's the Honeycomb Hideout. It's Wednesday. Guys, standing O. We're on time.
Woo!
We're on time, motherfuckers.
Woo!
This is the first time. This is the only goddamn time. But we're on time.
Oh,
look at that. This is the Honeycomb Hideout. We've been doing this podcast for a year now.
Happy year.
That was not the sound of success. Woo woo!
Yeah.
Is that better?
Yeah. The first one kind of is the sound like when you blow too early, you know? Like,
don't want.
I only got like 2 sounds here with guitar. Unless you want this one.
See, that's the sound of success.
You can't do that too many times during the show, producer. Because we're...
You're going to do a dance break.
Right,
yeah.
Right, you're going to be...
Eats up a lot of time.
I was going to say, eats up a lot of calories. You're going to have to buy us all dinner. Woo woo.
Woo woo.
So, we're here midweek, every hump day.
Wednesday, let me.
On Wednesdays, 7 p.m. You can come here every single fucking Wednesday. It would really, really, really help us continue to do this podcast. This is our 2nd season. I better not fucking sneeze. I've never sneezed on this podcast. I refuse it.
Is there
No, I'm gonna get serious about
to
this.
like have you not sneeze?
Yeah, I'm not gonna. It's called mind over matter. Sometimes when I get really like into something, it's the way that it is, Lex.
Okay.
I just need to concentrate.
Okay.
This sneezing.
It's there, but I'm not gonna. It's like I'm not gonna kick my juice across the floor today.
Yes.
I've made a commitment.
That's
Can
success.
everybody please share? Put your hands in the air and share the podcast like you just don't care. Because this is our 2nd time. This is our 2nd season. We're seasoned.
Season number 2.
Yeah, the season of opportunity. We'd like to do a 3rd season. But that depends on you guys sharing the podcast. We don't even know if people like this shit.
Yeah. So. This is the only way to prove it is if you share it.
We don't even know.
Yeah. We won't know unless you share. So, in order for you to tell us, share.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. See,
Kevin says he's pulling the fire alarm at midnight.
Woo! At midnight!
why is that important?
Because we are releasing Rise of Reality!
We are releasing new music tonight. Who's excited for new Septus music?
Woo! Woo! Woo!
Well, I know we are because we're tired of playing the same shit on stage.
Mm.
No. Come on. We're not one of those bands. We're not going to release a single every month. Because in the time and effort and quality that we hope to put into music, we couldn't afford a budget to release really great music every week.
Yeah.
It's expensive.
Yeah. It's a lot of money.
You know what I mean? We're an independent band, so we would have to be, I'm not joking, this isn't like a joke or some sort of a magnified or amplified strategy to make people laugh. I'm being serious. We would have to be fucking multi-millionaires to be a band at this size that we're at, which is much too big for the backyard, but much too small for the big room. We're a band that's just a lot bigger. Well, we might be a big cookout band, but I think we're a little too big for a small gathering. And I think we're a little too small for the big cookout. You know what I mean? Like, we're somewhere too big for the backyard and not big enough for the ballroom.
Would you say we're block party size?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
Do people still do block parties?
We can do one right now and get arrested. We can do whatever.
Yeah, technically, I mean, yeah, you're an adult with free will. You can do whatever
You
you
can
want.
slap the shit out of somebody if you want
There's
to.
just
but,
consequences for your actions.
We just might have to bail you out. Which we will.
Word.
Yeah, we like it.
Block party?
It's a little cold for that, don't you think?
Oh, we can play music. We'll be
No.
warm.
No, ask Melissa about the time that Sepsis had a block party in the street lined up with police officers. Remember that?
Tell us
Yeah.
the story.
Well,
Wasn't that like 4th of July?
it was 4th of July.
Is that the one you were telling me about with the police lieutenant who was bopping his head and wait till the song was over before?
Yeah. Well, so there was about 8 to 12 police officers out there, and they were instructed to write us all tickets and to take us into jail if we didn't stop playing rock and roll. And
Must be country fans.
Yeah, no, now at the time we didn't play well enough to stop playing. We had to practice. After all, we didn't have many opportunities to practice. That's what we had. So we decided to continue to play, and they called the whoever was in charge, the shift leader. And more police officers came, and then they surrounded the band on the street. I mean, there was hundreds of people outside, lighting fireworks and watching the band, and it was crazy out there. But this is in the middle of the hood, though. And there's the police lined up. They brought paddy wagons.
Where was this?
Manchester.
Oh yeah, that makes sense.
They brought out the fucking cavalry. I'm not making light of this. This isn't some joke. And they said we were all going to get arrested if we didn't stop playing. And then we didn't stop playing. And the lieutenant had pulled up, sergeant. They were all out there, the white coats and everybody, arms crossed. And we were in the middle of the breakdown. It's a black light invasion.
If I'm lying,
I'm dying. strike me with a lightning bolt if I'm bullshitting. And the guy said, he looked at us and he said, enough. That's enough. And we told him to fuck off. And we launched into the last part of the breakdown. And it was weird because I thought for sure someone was going to get a ticket, you know?
Right.
And we were looking at him, and a couple of the guys in the white shirts were, look at the doom, 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 I was like, get the fuck out of here.
They were bopping.
We're going to jail.
But
they were bopping. They were bopping to it. I'm like, we're going to go to jail. You know, I've been going to jail my whole life. So I was like, oh, get ready to go to jail. And our security guy at the time was like, they call me Q in the street. They go, hey, man, you got to pull the plug. They're going to take you to jail. I said, no, I know. And we ended the show. And the head police officer in charge turned right around to his guys, folded up their notebooks and their summonses and whatever their paperwork, gave them all, said, everybody get in the car. We're going home. Everyone's going home. And that was the end. That was the real story. I didn't add nothing to it and take nothing away from it. That's the real story. That's the end. We broke and it was too dark. Like, we couldn't play. It was dark. So, I mean, that was it. I mean, that was...
Well, all they wanted you to do was not...
It was done, you know?
Yeah.
It was done. They didn't have a problem with us doing it. It was just over with. It was done. The whole night was over. That was it. We knew it. They knew it. We all made it through it.
That's dope.
That's good. Normally everything is like somebody. That's
a happy ending.
Right. I know. Nobody leaves good reviews. If you're new here or if you're just showing up, please share the feed because it really, really helps us. We got a lot going on here. Hold on. We have a lot going on. Like, I have to shut that window. Holy shit. I'm like, there's no way my ankles are this cold on the podcast normally. Whoa.
Window open?
Yeah. I'm surprised you couldn't feel that.
I have shoes on.
Chris Sprague said, I can't wait for new music you guys put out so I can play new Sepsis music on the air and on my show.
Hell yeah!
That's what I'm talking about.
Standing O!
Now listen, there's a reason why that last conversation was so winded. It was to tell everybody that I'm going to try to get this all out. If you are in an enormous band and you're releasing music, okay, you probably have acquired the relationships and the tools along the way to help relinquish your music in a way that is optimal and taking advantage of all of the success that you have accomplished that far in your career. Bookmark that. I hope everybody's with me. All right? So what I'm saying is, okay, please pay attention. If you are a brand new fucking band, if you are brand new and this is your first time recording a demo, this is your first opportunity to upload your jams to Bandcamp.
People
okay?
Still use Bandcamp?
Who the fuck knows what people do anymore? I don't even know.
You're dating yourself on that one, buddy.
Right, no. I don't even know if people make music anymore. But what I'm saying is... What was I saying, Lex?
We're talking
brand
about...
new band. Making your demo.
You're a brand new band. No, but you're a brand. Look, the cards are flying around.
No. Save them.
I saved it.
Yes.
So you're a brand new band, all right? And you got your first demo coming out. You got your first big projects. What the fuck? Spend $100. Be a cheapskate. It's your first track.
Learn something.
See what she just said? They're going to miss that.
Learn something.
Get learned. Meaning, make some mistakes. People, you don't need to get a lineup together and then go shooting for a Grammy.
Whoa. Slow it down.
Why don't test drive some of this shit? Mm-hmm. Why not audition some of this shit? Mm-hmm. I'm going to get back to this, but we're going to talk about peer reviewing. Okay? Fucking A.
So important.
I'm just going to help everybody out. Because as we discussed before this, you guys didn't know when I was off air, I was telling Lexi, I'm not, won't be, can't be, never have been. It's like being like a snitch or something. I'm not a gatekeeper.
No, you are
I'm not a gatekeeper, meaning the things that we've learned in sepsis, we use these platforms to teach other people. Hopefully they can use it. If it doesn't apply to you, fuck it. Ignore everything I'm saying. All right, there you go. There's the disclaimer. So, if you're a brand new band, you want to be able to audition and make some mistakes with your music coming out of the gate. So you don't have to worry about big budgets and big wardrobe and what are we going to look at and what is the banner going to be and what is the logo going to be. Some of that lore, you guys, are you a swarmy and what's your mascot and wasps and groups and relax. Before you tear down every layer of the metaverse, you gotta start somewhere. And what I'm saying is like, if you're a brand new band, you don't have to go on a 50-date tour.
No. You're brand
Heck,
new.
you probably shouldn't.
Now you see what Brother Zach talking about? He's giving you some advice that you don't want to hear for next year, little bands. You should not try to tour like Nonpoint until you know shit like Nonpoint. Mm-hmm. You don't have to do what they're doing or know what they're knowing, but what I'm saying is an acquisition of experience must be established between you and the people that you're with, too. Mm-hmm. Because being in a band is a team sport. Recording on your laptop in your bedroom, you can do that on your own. So when you have a band, though, a lot of times the recordings come out, people are contributing, right? So that's just the thing. If you're in a tiny, brand new band, why not pay to play? Why not make some mistakes? Why not open up for some Three Doors Down from a puddle of nickel creed? Huh?
Right. When you're a new band, people don't expect you to be perfect. So you're almost in that like probation phase of like, you make a couple of mistakes and hit a couple of wrong notes, no one's going to hold it against you.
That's what I'm saying. Like, this is a great time for you to come out. It's never a great time for you to come out with crappy mixes. But if you're ever going to come out with one, come out with one now. Because later on, it's like, you know, anybody that's raised kids or spent time, you know, mentoring or teaching young people. At first, you know they're going to make some mistakes. They're going to spill cereal on the ground, and maybe they get caught putting something in their pocket they shouldn't have, right? Or they're not sharing their toys, huh? And you kick them in the fucking ass, and you got to straighten them out, get them on track, right? Mm-hmm. All the good role models in your life, you know, put you on track and get you going in the right direction. And they're going to teach you the behaviors that are more popular for your survival. That's what we're doing here. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So where am I going with this? When you are a band at our size, you can't afford to put out a shitty demo. Mm-mm. So when people are like, how come you guys don't have a bigger catalog? Well, one reason is we believe in quality over quantity. That's one thing. It's not in our appetite to write songs because you can stream them. Because streaming is so easy, because uploading music is so easy, because we don't have to go to expensive studios and buy expensive gear, and we don't have to work with other people and compromise and work with others anymore, because I can do everything myself, and everything's on my cell phone, and I'm my own PR agent, and I'm my own worst critic, and I'm my own boyfriend, I'm my own girlfriend, I'm my own guy, I'm my own audience member. I set up my own shows, I'm my own manager, I'm my own friend, and I don't know why anybody doesn't like my music or my ideas. Sound familiar?
Woe is me.
Woe is them.
Oh, I love that band. Well, woe is me.
Oh, yeah. So what I'm saying is, it comes down to money.
Yeah.
How many subscriptions is a? It's kind of nice being a small band, because how many subscriptions does a small band really need? Does a small band need to have a registered agent, a registered tax agent with the IRS? Most bands don't even have registered domains or websites. These are hundreds of dollars a year. So sometimes it's nice being somebody small. Mm-hmm. Because you haven't done everything yet. It leaves room for people to come into your life and play the bass. Think if I played the bass in Sepsis, then we wouldn't have Zachy B.
I could just play guitar.
He'll still find a way in.
Yo, but you see what I'm saying, though? But I had a conversation one time. And a good friend of mine said, hey, Will, I'm going to start a band. I said, oh, yeah? He said, yeah. I said, what are you going to call it? And he said, fucking Dragon Tits. And I said, oh, yeah? You're going to call... That's not the real name of it.
That's dope. I was about to say, that's a dope name.
Fucking
I'd see them.
Me too. I love that.
No, somebody's going to take that down fly.
Right?
Hey, I want the credit. Just make sure you tag me in everything. I'll wear the shirts and shit. Imagine if a dragon with like cleavage.
Love it.
Okay.
Love it.
Get your eagle on. Where were we? Dragon tits. So the guy says to me, right? He's like, I'm gonna create this metal band. I said, that's fantastic, fucking Steve. And he's like, I'm gonna call it Dragon Tits. And I'm like, that's incredible, you know, because no one's ever done that before. And I said, and what else is it? And he said, it's gonna be speed, black metal, thrash metal, metallic metal that descends with burning metal. Oh. And I said, get the fuck out of here. That sounds crazy.
That's a lot.
And
That's too much metal for one hand.
He said it's going to be the most authenticest metal of all time. The hardest, densest, lightest metal.
It's a lot of ists.
And I said, man, that's fucking nuts. And then I said...
Heavy.
Yeah, it was. I said, how many members are going to be in it? He said 6.
That's a lot.
And I said, what's going to be the wardrobe? He said, black.
Oh.
I said, how long? He said, everyone has long hair.
Oh.
He goes, the music, it's proggy, it's deathy, it has a breakdown here. He goes, at 2 and 45 minutes, right at this time, it's going to have these horns, it's going to have cinematics. Cue the cinematics. Smoke. Chimes and smoke. I said, chimes and smoke? He said, yes, and he goes, check this out. He sent me a screenshot.
Oh, the screenshot.
I said, oh my God, I'm overwhelmed. And it was the logo. And it was a dragon with her tits out.
Nice.
It wasn't really, but it was a logo, you know? He'd sent me the logo.
It was very creative.
And they said, now I want to show you the font. I said, you've created all this? And it was very creative. And he sends me the font. And I said, my God, you are quite the creator, aren't you? And he patted himself on the back. And I said, how many songs are going to be on the album? He said, 21. I said,
wow.
Do you do solos? Sure do. I said, where's your first tour going to be? He said, Upper East Coast. I said, so who's going to be in your band again? Because why the fuck would they want to be in it? You've done everything.
Seriously?
It's already done. Congratulations, you've made it. You're a rock star. You're the tour manager. You're the booking agent. You've made it impossible for anybody to like what you have going on in your life. Come here, give me a paw. Guys, this is what I mean about leave yourself some headroom.
Right?
I wasn't talking about what you do on the tour bus. You feel what I'm saying? It's one of those nights. But just feel me, man. This is like a transparent topic. Once you get to a certain degree and intensity of investment, education, and experience in this game, you learn that it's not always great just releasing 100 tracks just because you have the ability to, because you have a laptop. And in the modern day era, just because we can stream music, just because we can upload music, just because it's cheap, that we should release low quality music that's been rushed out. See, the difference between now and 40 years ago in music is that you had to really think hard before you spent $30 an hour in a studio. You had to take the time to really choose, are these the lyrics? Is this the message we really want to put out? We're publishing this with a publishing company. Now that anybody can just publish you do fart noises and silly jokes and just AI music or whatever, there's people can impulsively just put out music. So, and because anyone can do it, and anyone can do it at a very low quality, a lot of music gets put out, and then people go, independent music sucks. That's not true. It's not that independent music sucks. It's that, unfortunately, it's got a reputation because of what the technology has allowed us and encouraged us to do. We haven't had any quality control along the way. We've had this come one, come all, free-for-all, wild, wild west, gold rush, casino, lifestyle, music lottery. Ever since pirating music, it's been like a lottery.
And the other thing, too, making music back, 40 years ago, you had to hit the notes right the first time. It wasn't like now where it's like, oh shit, I fucked up that tape, delete, punch me back in. No, like...
Yeah.
When you're recording on, tape and reel to reel, you can't afford to mess up. And you had to know your shit.
And I'm not creating good guys and bad guys. I'm just saying, can we be aware of the panoramic needs of bands at every level and every size? So when folks ask me, why doesn't Sepsis release a single every season like all the other small independent bands do? Well, how many of those songs do you remember? Because your favorite bands don't release a single every month. Your favorite bands, the large bands that everyone's trying to be like and mimic, they don't release albums every year. The only people that release music like that are bands that aren't willing to invest in the budget to promote and advertise the music that they're putting out. But this is your magnum opus. This is your writing. This is your dream, remember? Because you have a laptop and DistroKid or CD Baby allows you to upload music within 24 hours, and there's not a record executive that's like, it's not loud enough, cymbals are distracting. They're not bad dogging you, sending you back to the studio. I mean, when bands didn't hit certain standards or qualities that the advertisers and that the tour investors and the people that were pushing money into the record, when bands and artists did not perform at certain qualifications, they sent the artists back to the studio to make the adjustments. DistroKid or CD Baby or one of these independent uploading services, they're not sending artists back to the lab like, dude, that's a 12-minute song. It'd be great if it was 4 minutes.
Right.
It would, because a lot of
mix is garbage.
Right. A lot of music that gets uploaded would be good. It's just that there's no producer. Mm-hmm. There's no manager. There's no team. There's no band a lot of times. There's no merch girl. There's no guy like Will going, hey, it's too low. The mix is too low. Their friends aren't honest with them. There's no audience that they can peer review and bounce ideas off of. And you know how social media is. Most people are mean and nasty on social media. Well, they're going to lie to you. You can't get an honest answer. There's nobody to trust. And this is when big companies swoop in and take advantage of artists when they don't know any better. And they start selling products. Oh, your music doesn't sound great. There's a product for that,
Download this app.
Right. No one's heard of you before. There's a product for that. There's a promotion package. So, guys, that's what it is. So for us, just to, I know that was quite the story, but we're releasing new music tonight. And yeah, man, and we're gonna go live. We're gonna go live at midnight. I know we're live now, but we'll go live midnight for a first listen.
Listening party.
We do have a music video coming out for Romance and Reality. The single goes live tonight on all the places that won't pay us. So make sure that you stream it as much as possible. Who knows? Maybe we'll really irritate some people.
That's exciting.
That's extremely exciting. So it goes live tonight. We will go live tonight with it, and we'll go listen to it on Facebook and all the respective books and faces at that time. And we'll give everybody a first listen. Why are we going to do this? Because, like smaller bands, we are still in that growing experience where it's still okay to have brand awareness. We are still in a place where, because we focused on writing and recording to a standard, we're still at a place where we're proud to continue to push the music and play the music that's already in our catalog. We haven't abandoned the music in our catalog on stage, and we can afford, because of we're putting our quality and we are reviewing our music in front of our fans first. A lot of times our attention is on quality. So because of that, it allows us to get the most out of each single that we plan on releasing now and in the future. I think you're going to get a better record from us this way also. So our goal is to finish and complete a record that is for the people, and it may not be streaming at the end of the year. We don't know. So, but for sure, Romance and Reality is coming out tonight, and that is streaming. It will be streaming everywhere. If you want us to continue to release music to stream, I would go stream our music. Because I don't know if this band will. I'm not saying we won't stream music anymore. We just don't know what we're gonna do, because it's fun to not know. It's more fun for us to not have, not be locked into what this band is gonna do, because we don't know how we want to release music in the future. So we do have a growth spurt coming in this band, and because of that, we're not so small where we can afford to put out demo quality stuff. You know what I mean? When we record music, one thing you know about us is we're going to try to record music that's really loud, that's really clear, that's at high quality, that sounds good on the cell phone, and then something that sounds good in a car. When Sepsis records music, we try to record music that sounds good everywhere that you play it. That's our goal. We try to get better and better and better at that. So hopefully with every release, we'll get better at that. You guys listen to the new song tonight and let us know what you think. We'll go live at 12.
I'm so excited.
She's excited.
Yes!
All of our music, before we put it out, this is a fun song because this song had been written in 3 different ways prior to us deciding for it to sound the way that it does now. So the part that exists, when you listen to the music tonight, the only part, the original part of this music that exists is the chorus. The rest of the music has been gutted out, and the only thing that exists now is the chorus. The lyrics are the same. The music has been, so the entire guts of this song has changed, and every single version of the song that we've recorded prior to this was cool, but this was it. And this goes to exactly what I was talking about in terms of national bands and independent bands. We try to treat Sepsis, even though we're not signed to a major label, even though we're just a bunch of people from New Hampshire that no one's ever heard of, we try to treat our music in such a way that we are willing to put it through the process so many times with ourselves. We're willing to make adjustments on our music, especially in terms of our fans and our peers, before the music gets out to the general population.
Peer review.
Yeah. So this is what we mean when we talk about peer reviewing. The music that we're releasing tonight it's formed that way because of the fan base. This is the only band where the fans can write the music alongside the band. This is the only band where if you get close enough with us, if you're in our groups, if you rock with us, you can help shape the future of this band. This is a true interactive band from the nucleus. There's no band that has ever been like this one, in the sense where the fans and people that truly are public fans of our music can come in and help us shape the sound and direction and career of the movement. And this Romance and Reality is a great representation of that. Like, Bleed Lines is written like structure. There was a method to it. You know, there was schematics. Whereas Romance and Reality is living. You know, and it grew over time. Romance and Reality is more of an organism. So if you're a fan of Bleed Lines, you might be a fan of the method. You know, you got a true American guitar solo in there.
Oh, yeah.
You know, you got harmonies and hard rock elements. Whereas, I don't even want to tell everybody what it is. I'm not going to tell y'all. I don't want to tell them anything. The song hasn't come out yet.
That's true. We don't want to give away all the juicy secrets.
Right?
All I
like
can
mystery.
All I can tell you is this is, I feel like this is less method. This is more of an organic monster of its own.
I like that.
It's my favorite one to play.
Monster.
Yeah, no, we're definitely we've made some strides on this one. And if you're lucky enough to come to the Opus Blizzard Bash in Connecticut at Toad's Place on January 13th, we will be playing this song, and we will be also shooting parts to our music video for it.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah. You heard that.
Yeah, we'll do a formal announcement. Hoorah.
Yes.
I don't want to go on anymore about this because there's so much. We can just keep going.
Right. I was going to say we could probably do an entire...
Right, like we got to move. We have to move on. Look at that.
I know, we already have...
Okay. Moving on.
Kills me. So, are you familiar? Hey, Melissa, you know how they have like the female fronted, and then like the. Can everybody put down in the comments all the different versions of metal that they can name? I'll do metalcore. You do one.
Death metal.
Melissa.
Hardcore.
Hardcore metal. What do you got?
Deathcore.
Black metal.
Hair metal.
Hard rock.
Thrash.
Groove metal.
Pop metal.
Classic rock.
Oh wait,
Rock.
she's going rock. So I mean, but I mean, we. So what do we?
And metal.
Right. Rock. Right.
There's so many different subgenres.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Prog.
Right. Gent.
Mathcore.
New.
Old. No. So
Slam, thank you, ma'am.
right. Slam.
Alternative.
Beat down.
Whiny.
Emo.
You know, whiny.
Screamo.
Thrash. No.
Oh my god, y'all are
Did
killing
anyone
me.
say thrash?
Oh, we said lots of other stuff. All right, so
Superman.
get ready, everybody, and of course, there's the never-ending argument of female-fronted, and is it or isn't it a genre?
The classic debate. We will never know.
No one knows. So get ready. Are you ready for this one? There's a new one out.
Oh? Wait, a new subgenre?
There's a new subgenre. It's called Baddiecore.
Baddiecore. The frig
What
is
the
that?
fuck is that?
Well, listen, what do you think about it?
Baddiecore.
It's called Baddiecore.
What the fuck
Now,
is
is it
that?
supposed to be like... Is it supposed to be like a
What?
cutesy thing? Like, oh, that's Baddiecore.
Oh my god!
That's a- you
no,
can have-
no. What is this?
Hold on. So, listeners, they say, want to know. This is from our friends at Loudwire who always get mad at me. In
they
fact,
love
on Reddit, just this week, one inquiring rock and roll metal fan asked the question, what is Baddiecore? Now, if you don't know, well, I think it was also, people keep saying this Baddiecore thing, but the first time I heard of it was Nick Nocturnal.
What?
Yeah, you know who I'm talking about?
Yeah. He's
You
that.
don't know the
YouTuber.
guitar people?
Yeah. He's a YouTuber.
Okay, so
Oh,
me
yeah, no.
and Lexi know everything about YouTube, and
Yeah.
we know everything about streamers and everything about everybody.
I'm a YouTube. I'm a YouTube brat.
Yeah, we fuck stuff up, man. Like we
YouTube.
tear up the internet. We know
Yeah.
everything from Charleston White to Jink Champs to Jenna Marbles to there's nothing that me and Lexi don't know about the internet. We know everything if it happens on the internet. We know all of it.
Yeah.
All day, all night. Music industry and the internet. No one can beat me and Lexi at this shit.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Facts.
It's disgusting.
Not Baddiecore.
Not as disgusting as Baddiecore.
Yeah, what the fuck?
So no, we don't know that. Let's find out what it is.
What is it?
So the listener was taking a cue from Stray the Path drummer Craig Reynolds. Have you heard of that band?
Stray the Path. Actually, that name does sound
How come I
familiar.
never hear these
I've
bands?
never heard
You know
of
how
the
people are like, "Hey, have you heard of Sepsis?" And people are like, "No." I've never heard of these bands.
I've never heard of this band.
Stray the-
I love when we don't hear of bands because we gotta go look them up. It's like good news.
It's fun.
Stray from the Path?
Let's take a look. Band stock.
Live.
Somebody fucking tag them in the comments.
At.
They'll come over here and start straying from the path. Let's check it out.
Ooh, fun pictures.
Looks like they had a sold-out show in L.A.
What?
That's fucking
great, dude.
Nice shots.
Right?
Cool.
Like
So, That's who they are. Guys, go check them out. Who earlier this year, I think this is a typo, posted
That's not a word.
Yeah, well, posted his theory of Baddiecore. Good job, Loudwire. I can trust you guys. Man, that's funny. How do subgenres stick? That's what Reynolds was wanting to know back in August. Like gent and nu metal. Because I got one that I call bands like Sleep Token, Bad Omens, and Spirit Box Baddiecore.
What?
Metalcore with enough pop music crossover and sex appeal that normie hot people like. I hate it so much, I love it, he says. So, is Baddiecore a thing? That's what people want to know. Everybody in the chat, let us know. Do you like that? Baddiecore? Do you like that? Come on, let's not know. Why y'all jumping on it? You girls are just jumping on this. Hold on. Fans responding to the thread on metalcore tended to agree. Because Reddit is, of course,
so credible.
Heaven. As a middle-aged dude who's a huge Sleep Token fan, I want to be outraged at this, one commenter had said. But the Sleep Token sub is so effing thirsty that it actually describes it really effing well.
Well,
Someone else replied, effing, that a middle-aged woman who is a huge fan of both Sleep Token and Bad Omens, I want to be offended. Wait a minute.
Offended?
What?
You're a fan of those bands. How are you offended?
I think I don't know if that's like sarcasm. I don't know. But we are a thirsty bunch, and I don't even care. That's what she says. She says she wants to be offended, but she's so thirsty, she don't care. So, another said, that makes so much sense. I feel like I only listen to that kind of metal. They requested more Baddiecore in the recommendations. Someone else had offered the thought, so BMTH circa 2000. I don't even talk like that.
Oh, Bring Me the Horizon?
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's so difficult to say.
Right?
Like, no, do people that speak like that, do you guys speak like that at home? AFM circa. Like, I don't say, do you say circa?
LMAO.
Do you say the word, is the word circa in your vocabulary?
Circa 99? No.
No.
I mean,
No.
I feel like if you're under 40, shut up. Why do you need to say circa?
Yeah, you're looking for attention.
Thank you!
You're welcome.
Timestamp. Perfect. Circa.
They talk on the net, but really...
If you're under 40, don't say circa to me, please. Mm-hmm. Just stop it. I'll make you peanut butter and jelly. Have you go stand in the fucking corner. That's crazy.
The sandwich sounds nice, but I don't want to stand in the
No,
corner.
I'm just kidding. You don't say circa.
No one says circa.
No one's... The thing I'm trying to say is nobody says circa.
It's not...
Unless, of course, they're trying to amplify something they're missing. Their brain.
Or they're just an asshole.
Circa. It's an extra word, you know what I mean?
It's not necessary.
On Sunday, circa December 10th,
Circa.
the day in question, was asked on Reddit. You know, Loudwire goes to Reddit for all of their dope information. I never known that. Had I known that, we would have went to Reddit for all of our music business news. Loudwire, come on, guys.
Wow.
Y'all ought to be...
Do better.
That's crazy. Everything y'all get from Reddit,
Do better.
Has Baddiecore officially entered the lexicon of metal subgenres? Yes or no, everybody? I'm going to go out on a limb and say no.
The what?
The lexicon?
I don't even know what that is. Lexi,
what is that?
What is that, Lex?
I don't know. I
They're talking about you. Lexicon.
Boy.
Unicorns. Chex Mix.
Chex Mix.
Love Chex Mix.
So good.
That's it. I don't have
Okay.
anything else to say about it.
So that's Baddiecore.
Huh.
Yeah.
What? We're gonna have to listen to this.
You've
My
heard
question-
it. It's Spirit Box.
Oh, but my question is, who decides what is a genre? Like, do they go to like the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame?
No,
and
they go
all
to
sit
Reddit.
together.
Yeah.
They go to Reddit.
The internet decides.
But whoa.
Loudwire goes to Reddit
Wait,
to figure out.
What? No. What? No. Because there's been like other subgenres that have been a subgenre
Before
way
Reddit?
before the internet.
No.
How did they all
That's
become a
just a-
No,
subgenre?
Reddit has been here since the Garden of Eden.
What?
Yes. Adam, Eve, and Daniel Eck.
The Three Amigos.
Oh, man. White fingernail parties with P. Diddy. Huh? You heard all the stuff about P. Diddler? Now, if you had a name, like, listen. First you want to be everybody's daddy, then you want to be everybody's Diddy.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
Ah! Yo, come the fuck on. It's a billionaire named Diddler. Nobody knew. You guys are tripping.
Oh my god.
Come on, man.
Off the rails we go.
Right.
Damn.
You went from daddy to Diddy's. Diddy daddy. What didn't he do? Daddy did it.
Diddy daddy.
Daddy diddy diddly fucking do. You better not, Scott. You fucker. Daddy did it. And I digress. Motherfucker. Shit. Fuck out of here with that shit. You know better than that.
Oh,
That shit's hilarious. Lexi, you want to do the 24,000 rock and roll festivals that'll be out soon?
heck yeah, let me get the list.
Woo! Put a 1 in the chat if you think Sepsis should be on a big festival this year. People keep telling us we should go on a big festival.
Oh?
Is this the year that Sepsis goes on a big festival?
I don't know. But there's a whole list of ones
We better
that
get some gas money.
are booking out for next year.
Hold on. Put a 1 in the chat if we go to a big festival, if you'll help us with gas money, because we don't have any.
You got 2.
I'm serious.
So far.
God damn it.
3.
Oh?
3? We didn't ask for. What does 3 mean?
3 ones.
Oh, okay.
4.
Uh-huh.
Because there's only 4 people watching. We'll see
Love
when.
you.
Right. We'll see when we're at the gas pump.
See you there.
7 ones.
Okay, that's good enough for us. We'll make it.
Okay. So the first one, this is January 13th, 2024.
Yep.
It's in Anaheim, California.
Is this just the run? This is just what we got, right?
This is the rundown of all the festivals next year.
Here it is.
Here it is. All the festivals next year. Mark your calendars. Figure out. January 13th, 2024, we got Alter Ego.
Ooh.
That's in Anaheim, California. Then we got January 17th to the 20th in Key West, Florida.
Ooh, party.
Rock Island Festival.
Oh, damn, that sounds fun. Who's the headliner?
It doesn't list the headliners, but there are some honorable mentions.
Huh.
Like Bret Michaels,
Oh, I love him.
Buck Cherry,
Yeah, I don't like them as much.
LA Guns,
They're good.
Bowling for Soup. I only like one song.
I was gonna say 1985.
What is it?
That's the one to like. That's
Yeah.
the one. Bowling for Soup.
Bowling for Soup.
Huh.
That's the band.
Yeah, that's one of
I
the
need
bands.
to get with the shit, man.
I feel like there's one other song they do that I like, but I can't remember it.
If Sepsis plays a festival, which festival, everybody at home,
Ooh.
should we play?
This one we should avoid.
Okay.
Because this is at sea. This is a cruise. This is the Rock and Wrestling Rager.
Hold
At
on,
sea.
hold on. Is that like the one where the dude fell off a couple weeks ago? Remember the guy fell off overboard?
I don't-
And
Oh,
they ran
yeah.
him over with a fucking speedboat?
I don't know. This
Remember
is.
that?
I don't know
Remember
if this is the one. I do remember
I don't
that.
know. Actually, now I do want to go to that.
You want to go to the Rockin' Raging Speedboat death match?
Yeah.
Melissa would never want to do it. We'd
That's why
have
I
to
said
go.
we should avoid
We'd be
this
like,
one.
Oh
hey,
yeah, that's right. You don't like
Right. We're Sepsis, the instrumental band. We're the instrumental Baddiecore genre.
I mostly
Go
just
without
I
me.
mostly just want to wrestle.
Well, we
See
could
you
go there for you
later.
to wrestle.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, it goes from January 26th to the 30th. They go from Miami to Cosmo.
Right, we could always
Ooh.
drive to Portsmouth. You could just wrestle with Hans on like a barge or something.
That's not a fair fight.
That's true.
Ooh. This one is called Disturbing the Peace. This is January 27th to the 28th. In Baltimore!
No, we're
Oh, I'm not going.
we don't have gas.
The Rock Boat!
Ooh.
Another cruise.
Hey, have you noticed all the rock and roll concerts are going to all be on the cruise, Melissa? It's what you've always wanted.
I'm not going. Catch you later.
This
She's like going to change genres. She's like, I do karaoke now, motherfucker.
staying on
The
land.
water is not
You guys can go.
hard.
Well, you can FaceTime me.
Oh, it goes from Miami to the Great Stirrup Bay, Bahamas to Costa Maya, and Mexico.
Well, that's great. You'll probably be kidnapped. And...
Can't drink the water.
Aw.
Well, then you ain't lying. My mother ate a tuna fish sandwich in Mexico and almost died.
What?
I'm not kidding. Of course, I mean, she's not alive. She's moved on to the next place now, everyone. But this is years before. When she was a young woman, she
Tuna?
ate a tuna fish. I said, Mom, why the fuck would you get a tuna fish sandwich in Mexico?
For
She
real.
goes, well, she said because she couldn't read anything on the menu is the only thing she could recognize.
Oh.
My mother was so smart. Could not speak Spanish. How do you say tuna in Spanish? That's what I thought.
El Tuna? I don't know.
Let me put it this way. They don't have tuna fish sandwiches at Taco Bell.
For good reason.
Well, that's what I'm saying. We don't know anything about, what Mexican people eat.
We know nothing.
They're native to this continent.
And we don't know what they eat.
I'm not.
I do because I work with a guy from Mexico.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Gio said tuna with quotation. Tuna.
In fact, there's actually an authentic burrito place down the road if you guys ever want to go.
I do.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That sounds delicious. We also got Homesick Festival in February.
Homesick, is that a day to remember?
They're not listed.
You know what I'm not hearing listed? Where's this? Remember Ronnie Radke? Where's his big festival he said he was going to do out there? Remember last week? We were talking about he was going to save the world. No
I
more
don't-
pay to play. Remember?
We are the world.
I don't see.
Ronnie Radke's going to save all the bands from pay to play.
I don't see his festival here.
Well, I don't know if he actually has one, but do you remember him saying that last week that he was going to do that?
I do.
Do you think it was all cap?
I remember him saying that, but I think it's going to take time for him
I was
to
going to
develop
say, yeah, I
that.
don't think you can just start a festival overnight.
Right.
Have it ready to roll on the touring schedule for 24.
But this is a good
Yeah, but
way
everything's got to start somewhere. Like Swarmy Fest isn't going to be a big thing just overnight. We got to do it a couple times, right?
I was just about to say, like,
That's
this is
what
a
we're-
good time for him to start building hype for this.
That's
This
what
is
we were
probably why
gonna-
he was dropping the seed.
Yeah.
He was planting it. Like, oh, here's a little seed. Take it with you.
He just better not leave his laptops at home.
That's a different seed to plant. Make sure you bring your laptops.
What else we got?
We have a whole bunch. We also have... Whoa. It refreshed on me.
How do you feel now? How do you guys feel now about... Well, actually, you know where I read this today, Melissa? Rock Rage Radio. Do you know about them?
Mm-mm.
So, like, if you're not into, like, the Facebook shit, you'd never know. See how many people don't know about Rock Rage Radio? About as many people that don't know about sepsis.
To be fair, I live under a rock.
So does everybody, though, to be fair. We just think we know shit. Like, we all do. We all think the stuff that we do and the stuff that we care about is important. We all think that is the priority of the rest of the world. We all do. We all think everybody should be using the same soap we use. We think that everybody should use the same razors, and because we think so. Everybody should have iPhone, right? Because you got one. Everybody should have Samsung Galaxy, right? Because you got one. Of course, everybody should play PlayStation because you do, right? And everybody should listen to Baddiecore because you do.
If you do.
If you do, then you do.
Enjoy.
Right.
It's for you.
What do you guys think about the question that Rock Rage Radio had today? Of course, you wouldn't know because you live under a rock. But they did say, how are people feeling about cell phones at concerts now? Like, that conversation was really different only 2 years ago. Think of how different, when we first started this, that was one of the first topics that we had on this podcast, and that's why I wanted to bring it up at basically during our year anniversary.
No shit.
That was one of the first topics. And the way people feel about it last year is completely different than the way that people feel about it this year. Hell, most of the bands that had opinions about cell phones aren't even bands anymore. Listen to what I'm saying. Only the bands that understood how to use the cell phones are still bands.
True that.
What do you think about this? People are scared about live music ending. Cell phones might have saved it.
Yeah, because I see a lot of reels lately of
Think
like
about this.
when people are in the front row and they have the phones in the performer spaces.
Think of how-
and they take them and they have them in their hand.
Think of
that
how-
adds a new dynamic to the live performance. So it's like, oh, if you get front row seats, you might be able to have, the lead singer of Nonpoint take your phone to make a goofy face and you could post it as a reel.
Mm-hmm.
Think of how...
Yeah, that's the experience.
Think of how, from the very beginning of you learning about the artist, happens on your phone now. Come on!
Yeah.
Everything you learn about your sweet, new Baddiecore band, everything you've ever discovered about them and love about them, was through your Samsung.
So your phone.
That's why you haven't thrown out your old Trapper Keeper from 1997. Because Sarah put the fucking arrow through the heart just for you. And it still smells like her bubble gum.
Oh.
Watermelon.
You feel me? Cucumbers and aloe.
A memory forever.
It's nostalgic.
Something you can gravitate to.
You feel me? But, I wrote something here. I just want to share it with you. Because this is our response. The cell phone is a major part of the modern concert experience at all levels and love of the event. People go to the concerts, discover the artists They even discover the event and the details to the event using the phone and the apps that led them to the music. Meaning a lot of people, they've never heard of the artist, they've never heard of the music, they've never heard of the venue, they wouldn't know where they were going, they would never have a chance other than social media to interact through their device and their mobile devices. Mobile devices are key for fans connecting with musicians and musicians connecting with fans for the live experience. That used to be true in a promotional sense. But everybody knows artists don't like to promote themselves. Not in that way. What I'm saying is there's not a lot of bands that go live like we do every Wednesday. Mm-hmm. There's just not a ton. It doesn't mean they're bad people. They just don't have time. It's tough for independent bands that have to work a second job and take care of kids and then come home and do a podcast and then go rock the show on Saturday and like go on the tour. Like, it's a lot, dude. That's all. Fans participate with their devices inside the event experience interactively. Fans discover and learn about the concerts and the events while spending time on the apps in their mobile devices. Then, just the other thing, then they go and order the tickets on the same device. Mm-hmm. Then they unlock promotions and play games and tune into the artists' lives. They access event features, premiums, VIPs, unlockables, contests, through social media events and more, all on their mobile device. Up until and even after concert goers head home for the night, after the meet and greet, the cell phone is not only a tool to interact and connect with the deeper layers of the event and even pre-production, but it's also a handy social concert co-pilot that many have come to understand as an addition to modern day live music. It's made it better. It's made it easier for artists to connect with music. Before you had managers and you had to go to call the venue. And now you can call Melissa and say, hey, Melissa, can you help me out with the tickets? Carpooling. Mm-hmm. Making sure, merchandise doesn't go right. We can do a return quickly. You don't have to go through the manager and go through the venue and go through the clothing record label and the guy that cut down the tree to roll out the parchment paper to squeeze your blood on.
Kmart.
Right. Amazon Prime. So yeah, the key is a well-balanced diet. Take some pics, film a single or favorite song of yours, right? But save time contributing to the human experience. There's a lot of value in both now. Mm-hmm. Before we didn't know that. When we first covered this, remember we were all going around the table and it was like fucking... Some people... No. Oh, dude, it was like, put them away. There should be a basket. Mm-hmm. Like, imagine going to a show. Imagine being a band where you got 1,200 people coming and they have to put 1,200 people put their phone in a basket.
No.
While their kids, while their kids are at home and like their QuickBooks and their tax information and like naked pictures of their girlfriends are on their phone. Like people's phones now are disgusting. Mm. You don't want to see what's in somebody's phone. You'll hate them forever. Facts. You'll find out what they've saved your name as, and you'll want to beat up your best friend. Those of you at home that are watching in a room with other people, just know that your name inside their phone is like fuckface or brat
or piece of shit.
Right, what the fuck do you want now?
Do not answer.
Right.
Oh
just
my
trust
God,
me. As you look around the room, just know your girlfriend's naming your tire size. Yeah.
Yep.
Here's some extra credit for you cell phone folks. Take a few pics at the show. You know what I mean? Maybe film a song or two. Film your favorite song. But watch the rest of the set without your phone. That's my William 5-star recommendation. Also, here's another one. Tag the bands that you're filming. Like, you're not fucking Spielberg. Here's another one. If you can, I know a lot of bands will ignore you, but we won't. So contact us and ask us, what's our favorite one? We might actually help you post and promote it. Like, you don't know. Instead of just tagging it like it's a stolen Van Gogh, maybe hit up the band and be like, hey, guys, I got this really sweet video of you guys doing a headbanging thing. Can I put it up? They might tell you they hate your guts, and then you'll know.
And then put it up anyway.
Like you planned.
Love it.
Guys, we got a couple of these cards left here. They're not tickets, but I know a few of you wanted some. They're discount. So if you're going to the show on, Jesus, what month is it? January 13th. I forgot what month I'm on.
Toad's Place,
yeah.
New Haven, Connecticut.
If you guys do meet us up there, I'll have a handful of these too. They save you $5 at the door, so I would just have one to have one.
Right.
Find us.
We're gonna go up there early though.
Yeah. So find us.
We're gonna go up there early, and we're gonna find a Guitar Center somewhere, and then go harass them.
Drum kit.
Let's go to a Connecticut Guitar Center and see how much trouble we can get in.
Yes.
See, I was hoping to go to a Sam's Ash because they don't have those up here.
Do they have them over there?
Yeah.
What's that?
It's like Guitar Center, only better.
Wait, what?
Yeah. They vacuum the floors and shit.
Yeah.
Do they have more drum kits?
Yes.
Yes.
It's a music store, yeah. It's way better.
May we go?
We may.
Yeah.
As long as we make it there, you don't break your toe.
Oh, we healed.
So, Zach, you want to do this 65 bands that have all quit?
I sure do.
Oh.
65 bands that only have one original member left.
What?
Melissa, you listen to this? 65 bands that only have one original member.
Yeah. Let's start with
Is rock and roll for quitters? We're going to find out.
Let's find out. These 25 rock and metal bands, their singer is the only original member left. Aborted.
Oh.
And their lead singer has a Belgian name that I can't pronounce, but they're a death metal band, and their singer is the act's sole consistent member and has employed half a dozen versions of the band's lineup since 1995.
Half a dozen? That's not a lot.
The group's former members include over 20 musicians. No, half a dozen lineups.
Oh.
Which consist of over 20 musicians.
Oh.
Today, drummer Ken is the second longest serving member. He joined in 2010.
Yo, he's there to stay, dude.
Right?
What do you? To be real with you, I'd say that he's a real member.
Loyal.
Right?
That's a long time ago, bro. He's been in the band for 15 years. Sucker thought.
This next band, I didn't know this, but Black Veil Brides.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Lead vocalist Andy is the only member left from Black Veil Brides'
Get
original
out!
lineup.
Get out!
Everybody quit the band. Look at that, Melissa.
Get out!
Look at Melissa's face. I love this.
Get
right?
What?
I just like to watch her the whole time.
The band Danzig with Glenn Danzig.
Wow.
Original.
Son of a bitch.
Yep. Yeah. Who else do we got? Dying Fetus. Guitarist vocalist John Gallagher has helmed the Maryland-born death metal band from their 1991 start. The group's rhythm section currently consists of bassist Sean and drummer Trey, who joined in 2001 and 2007 respectively.
Fuck.
Right?
Wow.
Everclear, an alternative rock fans from the 90s and early 2000s likely remember Everclear's classic trio of singer-guitarist Art, bassist Craig, and drummer Greg. I like that.
Craig and Greg?
Craig and Greg.
That's dope.
But the rhythm section parted ways in 2003, and the band leader became the only original member left.
What?
Damn, bro.
Oh, here's a good one. Jethro Tull.
What?
And Jethro Tull mastermind Ian Anderson is the only original Tuller these days. All other current musicians of the influential classic rock act joined in 2007 or later. The original lineup was formed in England in 1967.
That's amazing that they still a brand,
right?
Like that. Some of that's kind of cool. Like some of it, I guess, is cool. Maybe sounds crazy though. Like, how do you keep that going? Like,
for real? Like,
I don't know, man. Imagine, I don't know. We haven't done enough to like feel like this. This is just weird. I don't know.
Here's another classic: Megadeth.
What?
Dave Mustaine is the only original member since 1983.
Meet the real me.
Oh.
Yeah. My icy fingers, fucking. Here I go.
Gotcha.
It gives me a migraine headache. Well, sinking down to your level. Wow. I used to love Megadeth. I grew up on Megadeth shit.
I always
I'm
thought,
gonna fuck your mom. He's got that voice.
Yeah, it's very obnoxious.
Down to your level, you little jerk.
Ooh, here's one I didn't know.
Yeah.
The Beach Boys.
So we find out they're really the City Boys or some shit.
Right. Well, apparently their main vocalist, Mike Love, is the only original.
Oh.
Although, the classic Beach Boys lineup, including original members Brian Wilson and Al Jarlin, or Jardine.
Yo, that shit just brought me back, bro.
Toured together again amid a brief reunion, the group surviving members in 2012. But since then, seeing the Beach Boys live means seeing only original vocalist Mike Love on stage with the band.
Wow.
This was also the case before the reunion. There is a...
How come they never changed their name to the Beach Men?
No, seriously.
Like, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's a certain time when, like, the girls become like women and they want some beach men. They don't want Beach Boys.
Here's a weird thing. If the original members still alive, they're actually still official members.
Yeah.
However, they don't perform on stage live.
What do? They're in the metaverse?
Pretty much. They just don't go on tour. Yeah.
They're just a band on Facebook or something?
Apparently so.
What?
Well, what do they do?
Well, they're just not performing members. I guess they're still officially
they talk
listed
on the phone. Like, I don't understand.
What does that even mean?
Like, they call each other. Like,
I don't know.
They call each other on the phone. Like, hey, are we still in the band? Yes, sir. Cool. I'll talk to you next Sunday. All right.
Or is it like, we have this drum beat, want to lay down the track and send over the stems, and that's all they do?
I don't know. Something tells me that they don't do a lot of stems.
I don't even think they
write
anymore.
Pop any booze, you kinda hate you gonna do and talkity do and then like that. I mean
right.
that's the kind of shit they did. It's good, but not when you're working for a roofing company. The most I know about the Beach Boys is this guy that I was a roofer in my 20s. Yeah, for like not long, but I was. And I used to work with this guy, a severe alcoholic, and the only thing he used to listen to is the Beach Boys. And he had every album, live albums. I mean, I'm talking about. And, like, at first, for, like, the first, like, 6 months, it was cool. Like, we'd get in, you know. It was, like, a different time in life. Everybody would crack beers on the highway. You know, we'd start marching to our deaths to the Beach Boys. Building people's roofs that we'd never live in. Building people's fucking houses that I'd never met. So other people could live in them. It was so much fun. And there I was drinking my life away, listening to the fucking Beach Boys. So my idea of the Beach Boys to me is like hell. Gonna get you when you hit you and you fall off a roof and then you're going back to prison and you're losing a tooth and you and the backup vocals come in. It's a nightmare for me.
Well, hopefully this next band doesn't bring back traumatic experience. I'm going to switch it up. So here are a couple of rock bands that the bassist is the only original member left. And this one...
Son of a bitch.
This one actually
shocked
when
the bass player holds it together.
Right?
Though?
That strong foundation. And it makes sense that this band has a strong foundation, and that is Iron Maiden.
Oh,
Bass player Steve Harris is the only remaining original member.
That's weird.
He was there when the band first started in 1975.
That is the weirdest thing.
Followed by guitarist Dave Murray joined after, as did guitarist Adrian Smith, lead singer Bruce Dickinson, and drummer Nico McBrain.
Nico DeGeeko.
They all joined in 1990. All remain today. Iron Maiden's original lineup in 1975 included lead vocalist Paul Day and guitarist Terry Rance. Here's another one that shocks the hell out of me.
Nico DeGeeko.
Woo.
Judas Priest.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Bassist Ian Hill.
Are you telling me that all the fucking bands, all the best bands in the world aren't the bands that are the bands we thought?
Yeah.
It just means that none of us know who the fuck anybody is in the bands that we like.
Does that mean that we like those bands if we don't know who's in them?
It's a great question.
Like, do you even
it kind of
like
makes you wonder. Like, I mean, you could say the same about any bands, even sports teams. Like, do you still like the Patriots even though Tom Brady's not in? I used to think that about the Red Sox growing up. It's like, why do I even care about the Red Sox? It's not the same people that was on the team as last year. Do I even like the team anymore? Or do you just like the brand name?
That's such a great point, bro. I never really thought about it quite like that.
Yeah.
Well, it's like the same.
I don't think I like them anymore now that you pointed that out.
Right? Well, it's like the same now with...
I don't really get... Now that you point... I guess I don't... It's not that I don't like it. I guess I don't care.
Right?
Yeah, there's a difference.
That's why I said, people wouldn't like... When people are like, oh, well, AI music, will it be here? It's already here. Will it devour human art? I don't think so, because human beings don't even want to discover human art.
They don't.
Right.
They don't.
So why human beings don't want to discover human art? They're not in a race to discover robot art.
No one's in a race for that.
Human beings don't like what people do already. So human beings aren't going to like machines that want to be people.
Right.
It's going to be cringy.
Do you see what I'm saying? That's what I mean is the reason why people love Taylor Swift is because of what she shared about her, or what people believe they know about her personally, or what people can connect or relate to her, or at least what they believe personally. People, it's think of people that listen to rap music. Can they relate to those rappers? No.
Nope.
It has nothing to do with that. You feel what I'm saying? So in that situation, people aren't looking to relate to those people. Do you want to hang out with the coolest guys you've ever known in rap music? Think about Ice-T's persona, or who's Snoop Dogg, or maybe Snoop Dogg is kind of cool. But think about NWA or any of those groups that came up. I mean, even Wu-Tang Clan was really cool, but were they the kind of people you wanted to be in a room with all day, or somebody you want to kind of keep on stage and watch them over there? Tigers are cool behind a cage.
Right?
Bring them out and you don't like them anymore.
So do people...
Yeah, when it's gunning for my life, I'm all set.
Are people really, in a race to replace human music? No, because people don't notice human music to be replaced. Mm-mm. People aren't focused on human independent music so much where AI can replace it. I mean, if anything, I think it would help human music because AI doesn't have a story. You can't gossip about AI. You're not going to see him at the grocery store. Well, hell, you're not going to see people either. But you know what I'm trying to say. You're not going to run into them at the Little League game. You can't pretend that you're in their lives. AI's too perfect. They're not fun to make fun of like people are. And that's who people want to be involved in. That's why people want to listen to somebody's music. Because human beings are interested in human beings' music because of human beings and what human beings go through. And what human beings have to deal with in the drama in theater of their connections and relationships. Take away Taylor Swift's story, nobody cares. Take away Biggie Small's story, nobody cares. Take away the authenticity of the gangster and all of a sudden he's not special anymore. Or you're just a guy talking shit behind a microphone.
Right.
You know, but he's been shot 9 times and he grew up in the hood and he didn't have nothing to eat. And, you know, do you want to hang out with him and be his boyfriend? Maybe not. But you are interested in his story, like the tiger over there.
Right.
But interested, yeah, because of his story. And it's not that you love the music. You might wind up liking the music. But why do people like Sepsis music? The music's all right. The people wind up liking Sepsis music beyond the discovery. Beyond discovering that they like Melissa. Or that they heard my big mouth on the podcast. Or they heard your 65 musicians take. Or they heard something that Lexi said. Or they can relate, you know, to something that Hot Sauce and Rob's going through. You feel what I'm saying? So, a lot of times, somebody at the venue that's there to see Sepsis is really there for 1 or 2 people. Somebody in the band that they can relate with. Somebody in the staff that they can relate with. It might be one of Hans's friends that come to a show and would never come to a show. But because they knew Hans, they took that risk.
Right.
They walked over that bridge. So, people love Taylor Swift because they're willing to take a risk on Taylor's story first. And then they fall in love with her music after a third listen. Right. After they learn that goes, oh, you know, this where the lyrics go. You know, until people have a second and third and fourth and fifth helping of their artist, a lot of times they don't really connect or remember the music well enough.
I mean, shit, I hated Post Malone at first it wasn't until I heard his song mixed with a Hawthorne Heights song.
You're like, I'm fucking
Then I'm like, all right, I'll give him another chance. And then I went back, I'm like, all right, no, I see it now.
Yeah, no, I want to say the same thing. Like, I never was a big fan of Rihanna. And then that Miss May I song when they did the Umbrella remix. And I was like, oh, wow. I never thought it could be like that. And I was like, once looking at it from like a metalcore standpoint, I was like, oh, that's kind of cool after all.
Mine was Chelsea Grin.
That's what I'm saying.
Growing up, I didn't really understand Chelsea Grin. But now that I'm a little bit older and like with screaming and everything, I'm like a huge Chelsea Grin fan.
I feel the same way about reggae. When I was growing up, I grew up in a very strong African American music environment. So a lot of the music that I grew up in was coming from New York in the cities, and it was underground, it was raw. There wasn't no 94 point, there wasn't no rap like you have today. It was kind of like collector's edition shit that you found. You had to go into the lower levels of the city. You had to go into the back rooms and that's where you found the shit. And when we first, it was almost like forbidden. That's what kind of made it cool. But I grew up in a home that a lot of the music was from the city, and at the time there was a lot of like urban reggae, which is different than reggaeton, which is different than traditional reggae. We're talking about New York style hardcore reggae, and it went along with the hardcore New York rap music at the time. And along with that, all my aunts and all the ladies in the house and in the neighborhood listened to grown folk music, the kind you slip and slide to, So growing up, I couldn't stand this music because, I'm young and I don't have those chemicals and hormones and things going on yet, right? Mm-hmm. So I don't understand the importance of this slow, sensual, long, drawn-out music, right? And, of course, it's emotional. Young boys don't always want to deal with emotion, especially the ones from the 80s. Mm-hmm. Most of our weapons went bang. So at that time, it was difficult to have emotional topics in the household if you were a little boy. Mm-hmm. You were taught Transformers and G.I. Joes and ass whoopings and ass kickings, and that's the kind of stuff you got. Mm-hmm. And, of course, then they had this really appealing, hardcore reggae style music that was over, bappy, slappy beats. And I hated it because I couldn't understand it. Like she was talking about Chelsea Grin. I couldn't understand because I didn't understand the language. I didn't understand how they were using Jamaican lyrics and how that broken English, the words weren't legible to me, and it wasn't because I couldn't understand it. It was trash. Another two things I couldn't stand growing up were saxophones and guitar solos.
You didn't like guitar solos?
Growing up, I hated the sound of the first three strings on a guitar. Until I was in my 20s, I did not like the sound of the first three strings on a guitar. Because it was... I know why I didn't like it. Because it's intimate. It's confrontational. It's sensitive. You just wiggle the wrong way on a high note on a guitar. It's harsh. But it was, saxophone, guitar solo, they're dealing with feelings, bro. They're going places off the grid. They're going places off the scale. They're going out of tone. They're going in places where music says, no, you shouldn't go there. The computer and the auto-tune wouldn't allow it today.
Oh, we're going in there.
That's where the fucking sax goes. The sax goes right up your back, whether you like it or not.
Yeah!
It corks and cringes and pulls and tweaks and gets into crevices and crooks that people tell you you're not allowed to look at. It looks down. The guitar solo looks down a dark hallway. Goes, I'm prog, or I'm metal, or I'm country, and I'm this, and it goes like this. And that's what scared me about the saxophone. That's what scared me about the guitar solo was the responsibility. That you had to grow up and know what you were doing. You had to know how to work with a woman's body. You had to know how to work with a toolbox. You had to know to tune a guitar. You need to know how to play that shit. Rhythm section's great. Rhythm section's great for the pocket, and it serves all the right purposes. But there's a certain amount of responsibility that goes into breaking the rules.
Also, when it comes to the guitar solo, the sax, there's a bit of vulnerability out there too.
It's dealing with that. It's dealing with feelings. Mm-hmm. You could make a mistake. It's also that time. The singer's always up there dealing with that pressure. It's that time, and lots of bands have bass solos and drum solos, and if you've ever had a solo part in the song, it's that time. A lot of Sepsis music is written like this, where there's times when band members will each have a time where the spotlight kind of leans, or there's a time in a section in the song where the spotlight will lean on a lot of the members, because Melissa's up there most of the time kicking butt. We need times where she can get a drink of water. We need times. We try to write our music where the music itself is performable. Mm-hmm. The music itself, the expression of the music can translate well on stage. I hope that makes sense. Bro, we are killing it tonight through the time. I didn't realize how fast we're going.
Right?
We got a little more time, though.
Heck yeah.
Oh, God. Wait till you see this. You're going to roll your fucking eyes.
What's wrong?
Just roll your fucking eyes.
Okay.
Watch. If you don't roll your eyes authentically, then don't for the camera.
I will.
Because most people are going to be like, well, of course. They said they're not going to roll their eyes because
Okay.
they have this whole thing. But if you roll your eyes authentically, then roll them. If you don't, then don't.
Okay.
But, like, if you
Be
do...
authentic.
If you do, be authentic.
Okay.
See that breath? That was a real breath. See that?
What's going on?
See? We don't make this shit up.
Don't make what up?
Why?
I don't... Because this is what we call
What?
human error.
No, it's okay. I don't want to know.
I love that. I love that.
There are times...
It's
Look at Melissa. She
human
doesn't care about
error.
anything.
It's human error.
Look, Zach's going crazy right now, but you don't care. You see, this is how Melissa has learned to survive around. Because look,
Tell me why.
wow, that's funny. I'm gonna share it with you post broadcast
Gotcha.
because I don't want to get everybody in trouble.
Fair enough.
At least I'm honest. That was as honest and professional as I could be.
Ketchup.
I just wanted everybody to catch a real Lexi eye roll.
That was real. That's how I eye roll.
Look at that. Would you son of a bitch.
I don't even. I'm sorry that's in your
It's
stuff.
in my life.
Yeah. I'm sorry that's in your
Okay.
stuff.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Zach, is there any other bands that are doomed? I mean,
There's a lot of other bands that are doomed.
what about...
I love this podcast!
Yeah, that's crazy, bro. You're right about that. I don't want you to be right, but you are. Are you gonna be up tonight at midnight? No, you're not gonna be up for that.
I got work in the morning.
What you do is you set an alarm,
Set it up.
and you wake
Ding,
up
ding, ding,
just
ding,
at
ding, ding.
midnight, and you go sleep, and you throw up the thing, and you go.
Good night.
Some other bands where only the guitar player
You
is
listening to this, Melissa?
the only original member. First, we got AC/DC.
What?
Would you have
Get
it?
out.
Angus
here.
Young.
Wow. I
The
mean, I feel
only
like
remaining original member.
you get rid of Angus.
It's all over.
Well, if it literally
Right?
is. Wow, huh?
Yeah.
That's really interesting.
Chuba Nuba! Kabbalah Fountain Polka!
I mean, his brother, who was the rhythm guitarist, Malcolm, he died in 2017.
Oh.
He actually had left the band in 2014 because of the health reasons.
Oh.
We all know Bon Scott died in 1980, their original vocalist.
And then they got the guy that did the Chuba Nuba Captain Miss Cow!
Actually, Bon Scott wasn't even the original vocalist.
Gonna milk a tuba!
Apparently a guy named Dale Evans.
Gonna ride out in the sunset! Cabanera! Wow! Try it. No, don't try.
Gonna move on just to get you to stop doing.
I'll stop.
Up next, we have Anthrax. Scott Ian is the sole remaining original member. Right?
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Wow.
Scott Ian's the only original member left. Sorry, I got
That's
distracted.
different.
You got somebody all excited.
I guess they don't like AC/DC.
Guess not. Wow, you really pissed them off.
That's fucking awesome. Yeah, that's good stuff. After this is drill rap. And then it's romance and reality.
I'm so excited for drill rap. Let's go.
But before we get there, let's take a trip down to Boston, where Tom Schultz is the only original member left in Boston.
That strikes a chord.
Wow.
That strikes a chord.
Yeah. What?
There's the chord.
Boston.
Oh my god.
That's a big Lexi band.
Wow. Yeah, that's my favorite band. Yeah.
My music teacher in high school, before he taught at our school, he taught at Londonderry High School, where Brad Delp used to live and had kids that went to school. And he convinced them to, like, talk to his music class. And before the event, my old teacher, Mr. Martin, went up to him. He's like, "Hey, what's going on? You look kind of nervous. What's going on?" And Brad talked to him and was like, "Yeah, I am nervous. I've never had to be, like, this intimate with a group before." He's like, "But you play in front of, like, thousands of people all the time. Why are you nervous about a small room full of, high school kids?" And Brad told me, he's like, "When I'm on stage, the stage lights make everyone disappear. I don't see any of these people."
Oh.
Yeah, I don't have to look at their faces.
That's so different. Like,
so
being in a small band, it's like you see everybody's face.
Yeah, exactly.
I was just about to pass.
Hey, you pass it to Zach. I mean, he might be just a little bit quieter for the rest of the podcast.
A little quieter. I'll be a zombie.
I like that. Yeah, so now you have that bit of information.
Yeah.
That's good info, though.
Right?
Wow.
Crazy, right?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's mind blowing.
I want to make sure we don't miss anything amazing.
Okay.
Wow, that's crazy. I can't believe we went through all of that. And we didn't even get to this one thing. That's crazy.
There's also a couple bands that only the drummer's remaining, but...
Do we know them?
Nope.
Oh.
Not one of these names I've ever heard of before.
Oh.
Well, that's disappointing. So I'll end that segment with one band who has no original members left. Gwar. They have no original members left.
How's that possible? Like, did somebody, like, pass it on to them or something?
Well, I mean, even Kiss talked about doing that at one point before they got their freaky little avatars.
Oh, like hiring, like, younger dudes to come in and play the shit?
I mean, I think
that's kind of cool, actually.
Like,
But can I be real with you? Like, if I get too old to play in Sepsis and they want to continue to play, I'm older than everybody in the band. Let's say you guys still wanted to play, I'd replace myself. Why not? I don't think you know what I mean? Like, I think it'd be whack if you replaced Melissa, but I think as long as Melissa's in the band, it could go on.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, basically, kind of just when they would replace somebody.
I'm not saying I want to do that. That's ever going to happen. I'm just saying, like, in a bit. Let's say that let's just say for fantasy football, we were ever wildly successful, and I got hit by a bus. Oh, what the fuck, man? I'll fucking work the GPS or something. I'll do something. I'll do social media.
There you go.
I would do something in the band, but, like, let's say I wouldn't say quit that everybody quit.
See, a band like Gwar or Kiss, it makes sense where they can go on and with all new people and no one knows because the fucking makeup and the mask.
It's like
Slipknot can do the same thing.
It's like the Blue Man Group.
Yeah,
it's like the Blue Man Group. Any artist that paints their face or wears a mask is trying to beat the fountain of youth.
Yep,
they're trying to be able to keep a young fan base. Any artist that wears a mask or paints their face has an advertising plan.
Shit, how do you think Santa Claus is in every mall right now?
With kids sitting on his lap. We're going to end it like that, too. You heard that? It's a pagan dude with a big beard with your kid sitting on his lap. I'll leave y'all with that.
Have you been a good boy? Ho, ho, ho.